Well, good morning. So, I am a spoiled American. And the reason I'm saying this is I did go out of the country once. I was very badly treated. And when I say that, stupid American, I was called all kinds of names. This is in an English-speaking country. It was a very bad trip, but many nationalities made a point of letting me know how much they disliked Americans and how Americans didn't really know about poverty. So I started watching documentaries. And believe it or not, they were very informative. We do not know anything about poverty. True poverty across the world is extreme. We don't have a clue. We're used to going to large grocery stores, anything you could possibly want, buying whatever we want, doing whatever we... No. They don't even... Some people don't have stores. They don't have food banks. They don't have EBT. They don't have what we have. They don't have food stamps because there's no food. Even the government doesn't have food. The reality is, the top gets all of it. And you get left over, whatever's left over. When, and I have worked at a nonprofit. I lasted about 6 months because I had expectations of nonprofits. And my expectations were too much. Very little got to the group that the money was given for. Very little. Mainly it went for salaries, for office, everything but the people it's supposed to help. I'm getting to a point here. So I made a decision. I don't give to nonprofits at all. I don't give to food banks. I see too many videos, and I have been at a food bank where I saw a Lexus and a Mercedes in the line. If you can afford a Lexus and a Mercedes, what are you doing in that line? Get rid of that car. Get a little money. Still go in line, but get, a car. And, of course, I'm making a judgment call because I'm seeing this. So that's very wrong of me to do. So I stopped going to food banks as soon as I started making some money, and I literally wasn't making any money, paying bills or anything. So I made a decision. I have extra food, and I took 2 bags worth, and I decided that instead of just complaining about all the systems and the alleged fraud in the systems, I was going to do my own thing. So what I decided was I knew of a homeless group, for years. And I went to the homeless group and took the 2 bags of food to them directly. I know they have food. And maybe you go, well, why aren't you giving it to children? There's no answer to that. I have enough food for my grandchildren. There's a thing called accountability and responsibility. And I've been watching prepper YouTubes for years, however long I've been on YouTube since 2013. It only costs, for 5 pounds of rice, $3.52 at Walmart. So let's say between $7 and $8 for 10 pounds of rice. Now, depending on how many children you have, what are you doing, Marley? Depending on how many children you have, how many mouths you have to feed, I don't know how long that would last you. But that would last me a month, pretty much. I'm just talking from my viewpoint. So, say $8. And then 2 bags of beans, 3-pound beans, any kind of bean you want. Maybe another $8. So you're looking at $16. $16 for, say, one person. If that's all they had to eat, it's better than nothing at all. And I have the opportunity as an American to buy that food. It's available. Many places have no food available, period. That's why I'm saying I'm a spoiled American. I have no idea what true poverty is. I don't think anyone in this country does. And people are watching their children starve because there is no food. Doesn't have to happen in America. So we need to look at our neighbors, look around us, buy that extra bag of rice, maybe buy what you know, a box of cereal, but that's not going to last very long. You got to buy things that are going to last and feed a lot of people. You know, go and do an extra bag of food for maybe your neighbor who's lost their job, who needs food now, EBT, SNAP, whatever it is, food stamps, and they're not going to get it next month. So let's, and since we're in the season, we know people who are going through a rough time, give them some food. Just take a bag, ring the doorbell, leave the bag on the porch and walk away. I'm just saying we need to do more than just talk about it. We need to do more than complain about it. We need to do something about it. And I did today. I took 2 bags of food to a homeless group, an encampment. You know, they have 2 tents, and there's like 6 people there. And I gave them enough food for that number of people for probably a month. Now, it may not be the food they want. It may not be ice cream. It may not be chips. It may not be candy. It may not be all the stuff that's so available to us. But it was nourishing food, food they can use, and they won't go hungry. So if you know someone, maybe that's a way for us to help out. And someone said on my live, well, just take the food to the food bank. No, Nope. No, I am going to give it to people directly. People I know I can personally help. I tried Salvation Army to call them to see, you know, where can I drop off some food? They don't actually want food. They want money. Money. Okay? I'm not giving any money to any of these groups. And maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see them doing good with it. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to help at the food bank, or I'm going to go and supply something at the food bank. But I want that food to be going to Americans. I want that food to be going to American children. You know, we need to take care of our own and then send what excess we have overseas. We've been talking about shortages. None of us have known when it's coming. I did a video, last year about what's coming. Are you ready? We need to be prepared a lot more than we are, no matter what. We need to give up some things. Maybe, you know, this time it's, instead of ice cream, we get a bag of rice. So, I'm not trying to be cruel, but each one of us can help in a small way, and it won't be a big way. So if it's a small way, then take a bag of food to a homeless shelter. Take a bag of food to a homeless group you know. Take a bag of food to the shelters for the women and children, abused women and children. A kitchen, the food bank. Go help out. Go help out to give out the food. Find out what they need. I'm not going to just give food. I'm going to find out what they need, what they want. Now, if it's going to be stuff that that aren't healthy, I'm not going to give it. Be honest. I want nourishing food that people need to live. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And no, I'm not going to get rid of a lot of my food because, again, I'm prepping because none of my family preps. They think I'm nuts. I'm prepping for my whole family, which is 5 or 6 people. So what I have, and I don't have that much in the van, but what I do have is for them. They've got to come first. So I don't know. You guys are going to hate this video. please hit that like button. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you got something out of it, and if you did, please share it with someone else or another group. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you for everything. I'll see you next time.